From wild childhood story to
Dude, I got jumped one time after a football game by 5 black dudes. I don't know if you ever fought 5 black dudes at night.
taking a suicide attempt as a joke.
Yeah, I tried to OD on vitamins.
And what'd you get? Just better?
I just fell asleep.
Damn.
What did you get? Better?
Theo Von is the king of unpredictable comedy, and here are his most jaw-dropping moments ever.
If I'm in a new area, I like to get acclimated with the animals, bro. I'll pick a snail up and walk 3 or 4 feet and set him down. You know, save him fucking 5 days of travel. You know, I'll pet a dog. I'll whistle at a falcon.
Theo has a special way of saying things that sound totally made up, but somehow feel deeply true. You sit there listening like, wait, what did he just say? And even though it doesn't always make sense, it weirdly sticks in your brain for days.
Bottle of Theragram M.
What is that? Those vitamins?
Yeah, I try to OD on vitamins.
There are times when Theo will go on a long rant that starts with a joke and ends with an emotional life lesson. And you're left thinking, did I just laugh, cry, and have an existential crisis all in one sentence?
Freer than a hot dog at a homeless shelter, baby. You can get it. So rally the squad. Tell your boss you've got important business that day and get ready to drop in.
One of the most jaw-dropping things about Theo is how he casually says the most bizarre things with a straight face. Like he'll say something off the wall, and he's not even laughing. You are. That's power.
No, it was kind of spur of the moment thing though. I got a song on my record called Miami, and
I haven't heard that one yet. They sent me a couple of the songs.
did they?
Yeah, it's cool,
Miami.
man.
It's like it's a Keith Whitley flip. So it's like an old, you know, Miami, that song. Have you ever heard that? Miami, what took you so long? I thought you never call.
He has this talent for taking something completely normal and turning it into a full-blown story that sounds like it came from another planet. He's like a human version of what if your brain just kept going with no breaks.
Just trying to figure out a way this year since I'm only playing 20 shows. So probably if I can try to figure out a way to not play the same set list all the time, you know, because last year I'd interchanged a couple.
Theo can make silence hilarious. Like he'll pause, raise an eyebrow, and somehow that half second of quiet becomes the funniest part of the conversation.
To tell you about the Return of the Rat tour is finishing up, and it's coming to Oxford, Mississippi on April 9th, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida, Winnipeg, and Calgary in the Canada.
You know, it's a classic Theo moment when he starts a sentence and even he doesn't seem to know where it's going. But by the end, it's somehow profound, hilarious, and just a little bit confusing in the best way.
Like my shit's shaped like the piece that lands back on Earth after the shuttle goes up. You know what I'm saying, bro?
One of his signature moves is dropping a line that sounds totally wise, but also makes you go, wait. It's like philosophical nonsense that your heart understands, but your brain refuses to process.
I feel like even at Chipotle, if they just call his name to come get his order, he goes out there, he picks it up. He's like, I want to let every illegal alien in this motherfucker know.
He has the kind of delivery where every word feels like it's teetering on the edge of a punchline. You're just waiting for it to either go deep or get ridiculous. Boiler. It's usually both.
You could kind of kill somebody and it was easier, you know? Think about like the Wild West, right? Like if you killed somebody, they drew a picture of you.
Right. Wanted. All you have to do is shave your mustache.
Oh, that's wrong, man. I'm looking for a guy with a mustache. You could become
Where'd he go?
Sometimes Theo says something that feels like it came straight from a dream you forgot you had. It's random, it's wild, but somehow it connects with that weird little part of your soul.
I've sucked the dick before.
Whoa,
bro, dude. Fuck,
Dude,
bro.
put your hand in the air before you say that so I can
Yeah.
take my headphones
All right,
off,
man. Fuck. Dude.
One of my best friends got fucked up one time and he started talking about Asian people. We never even seen any Asians in our life.
And he
Never
started
in your life?
No, and I guess maybe like in a past life he might have known some Asians, you know?
You know you're witnessing a Theo moment when everyone in the room stops what they're doing and just stares. Not because they're shocked in a bad way, but because they genuinely can't believe what they just heard.
One's Asperger. There it is.
Oh, it's Perger.
Asperger.
Damn.
Asperger.
I've been putting meat in it. South Park. I'd love to be Austrian, huh?
Austrian?
Yeah.
So let's find out where the name Han.
He has this amazing ability to take the weirdest thoughts and make them sound completely normal. And next thing you know, you're out here agreeing with the most absurd take, like it's gospel.
The good thing about, I think, well, one
So
bet.
that's a chode. You know, that's a chode.
No, my shit, but mine is there's a second story to it. My shit ain't no.
Okay, I got a chode.
One of the most jaw-dropping things about Theo is how he'll casually say something that sounds illegal to even think about. But then he hits you with that grin, and somehow it's not offensive, it's just pure Theo.
Baited you. What did you do with this bait?
He would like show, we used to go by his house and get stoned. He was a substitute teacher, right? And he was also 78 years old.
Was there any real teachers?
Way too old.
Is there any real? Like, were they all just like part-time teachers? Part-time should be in jail. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
I'm gonna do my Andrew Souls impersonation.
He can turn a random memory from childhood into a 3-minute monologue that feels like a scene from a movie. And the best part, you're not even sure if it's real, but you don't care. It's that entertaining.
Kids tonight, so it's a big deal. Skyline Chili in not in Cincinnati. We're doing Skyline Chili in Middletown.
Even if you have other chilling, you just say that, dude. I won't tell you. That's one thing I don't care if you lie about. Dude.
No, man. Skyline is good. Have you ever had Skyline?
Skyline goes straight to the basement. I know that, brother. I'll tell you that, dude. I have had it. I respect it. Okay.
Theo has a way of describing people that makes them sound like mythical creatures. You don't even need a photo. You already see the person he's talking about, down to their shoes.
Well, especially because Hooters just went bankrupt, which is crazy.
Damn.
He was keeping it in business, dude.
I bet. Yeah, that guy could house some wings.
Bro, and he would walk in, it would always be empty. Restaurant chain Hooters goes bust and files for bankruptcy protection.
You'll be watching a clip and thinking, oh, this one's gonna be chill. And then, boom, he drops a line that makes you snort laugh and question reality at the same time.
With a bunch of
Oh,
cups of
table
water.
with water's on it. Okay.
So we got over there and people were running, they're going, and we started telling people that the water was for Asian people only, right? Bro, we are crying, laughing, because people are running. They can't stop. They're trying to make a time. So for some people, we'll be like, bro, it's Asians only. And it was like, why?
Sometimes the funniest part is watching the person next to Theo try to keep a straight face. You can tell they're thinking, I have no clue what he's talking about, but I can't stop laughing.
Bored.
Right. Hooters was this vague thing where like, hey, while you're a pervert, order, like,
Right.
let's get some fucking protein in you.
And then if you go, sometimes you'd go with a girl. Like you'd be at a work lunch and the whole gang would go and you're like, well, I got this lady here.
Theo's brain operates in a way that's just different. It's like he's tuned into a radio station that only he can hear. And we're lucky enough to get the highlights.
I know, dude. Why couldn't the guy that lives forever be?
You want like John Daly to live forever, you know?
Yeah.
Although he'll die tomorrow.
He's the only person who could make something like grocery shopping sound like an adventure through a haunted forest. Seriously, the man could narrate paint drying and make it entertaining.
Dude, I quit. The last Hooters I went to was that one over on the fucking West Bank over there.
Oh, yeah.
The one where Anthony Davis. Nuh-uh.
Look at that. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy.
Dude, I
That's a
did
Nola
not
one.
realize that. That's one where Anthony Davis allegedly knocked up the waitress. Remember that?
There are moments where Theo gets real and talks about life in a way that's low-key deep. And somehow, even when he's joking, the message still hits you right in the chest.
Phone crew, I bet it's devolved now, though.
Some Blair
How long does a
Witch
tree
shit.
live?
Go back there and touch the thing, and all of a sudden you can't find your way back home. Where the fuck are we?
That is-
We're going in a circle! Ah! You go mad. Like, it turns out that the tree got tired of people jerking off on it, so it evolved some sort of a...
Theo doesn't just tell stories, He creates an entire universe while doing it. You're suddenly visualizing characters, settings, and plot twists from a story that might not have even happened.
Factually, and no judgment. I didn't have a wife or anything at that time, but you'd see guys coming in, you know, have a couple in their car.
Yes, exactly. I was terrified. I had stage fright.
Some of his best moments are when he says something that sounds like a southern proverb, but then you realize he totally made it. And yet, you kind of want to live by it now.
He was just like kind of an older black guy.
Yeah, well, the black comics all had like chicken fry, cornbread, red bean.
Red bean.
Yep.
They
all had cool names. Salami, Rob. Yeah, they were fun. Gumbo Jones.
Spicy child evasion.
Sickle cell
Wilson.
Johnson.
One of the funniest things he does is accidentally roast someone and then immediately try to fix it by roasting them harder. You can tell his heart's in the right place, but the words are on their own journey.
Send them up. Dude, we were fucking. I would take pictures with like people, and I'd have my fucking nuts hanging out the whole time.
What?
Yeah, bro, we were out.
You took pictures of people with your nuts out? How old were you at the time?
I don't know, man. Probably 28.
Sometimes he'll laugh at his own joke before he even finishes it, and that laugh is contagious. You're not even sure what was funny, but you're laughing anyway.
I saw you in Love, though, and I thought you did a good job.
I don't need it. Whatever you're doing right now, I don't need it.
You're right.
I know what I do.
I'm pandering.
Not that you're pandering.
And
I don't
pandering
even
is
believe
not
you.
an
I don't
Asian
really believe
slur,
you. I don't
know
really
that y'all's
believe.
bear.
I don't believe.
I know that
I don't
y'all's
believe
bear.
you.
And it's not like I'm not pandering.
Yeah.
I'm pandering.
At the end of the day, it's the unpredictability that makes every Theo Von moment jaw-dropping. You never know if it's going to be hilarious, heartfelt, or just plain weird, but it's always unforgettable.